what's up? Every day is game day. Off my third contract, you still on that same play. Pop spit it out, but I got family sitting chain lace. Oh, you bout that action? Tell them boys you bout the same thing. Get your popcorn ready, half made, half amazing. Human highlight reel, you gon' see my name in Beijing. Every rep I take, you'll see the pain that made me. It's gritty on a gridiron, only one of us can stay king. Touchdown every time I touch down, and my defense shut down every time I touch ground. Yeah, lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back, look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I take the stage, I'm stuck like Evil Knievel. I built to conquer heights. My mind's a daddy defeated. When once I get my first ring, I'm manifesting the sequel. Yo, this the IFL. Swear the men become heroes in the end. Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that?
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome into another broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to, well, the Snake Pit, the Desert Diamond Arena, brand new location for Arizona Rattlers football here in 2024. Great partnership that is now formed between the Rattlers organization and Desert Diamond. And we're thrilled to be here tonight, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons, along with the three-time Super Bowl champion to my left here, Dale Hellestray, as we get set to bring the folks another look at the Arizona Rattlers 2024 edition that features a 70% turnover in the roster. Lots of new faces, Dale, and tonight, like last year at about this time, a lot of injuries. Starting quarterback is down. Starting former all-defensive player of the year in the league, Dylan Winfrey, safety, he's down. Running back is hurt. Offensive lineman hurt. This is a team, the Rattlers, that have suffered through a number of injuries.
They have, and it seems like under Kevin Guy's guidance, he's done a tremendous job starting slow, finishing fast. You never see him really panic, especially with all the things that have kind of started this season off. Again, new arena, all new operations, moving their practice facility, all the nonsense that goes on with that. And you look at that, and they're going to be really under the gun today.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Guy just a few moments ago. We've got that discussion for you here that we were able to put together, just about an hour ago and find his thoughts on what's happening. Coach Guy, your team struggling a little bit. That injury bug is getting you again. Quarterback, running back, your starting safety, who is an all-league player. Got an offensive lineman that's been hurt. Coach, tell me about how your team is bouncing back from the injuries, if you can.
Well, we're not going to make any excuses. It's part of the game, and, we got to fight through it. We went through it last year. This is 2 years in a row that we've dealt with it this early in the season. We started 3-4 last year and finished 11-4. So, we can get it turned around. It's still early in the season. If you're going to have them, I'd like to get them out of the way so we can get on a run.
What did it mean for you and your team to get Lorenzo Brown, call him up off the couch, get him on the field, get that leadership, that veteran experience? Did that help your team as you try to battle back through Dalton Snead's injury?
Yeah, 100%. We lost Dalton on the first drive of the first game. We went out and picked up a big-time free agent, a quarterback that just won the championship, and we lose him on the first drive of the game. So, he'll be fine. He's day-to-day. But Lorenzo came in and has been helping us out. He's been a great fit in our locker room. He's a great guy off the field, on the field, and certainly has brought some experience to the offense that we needed. We also have Garrett Kettle, who has continued to develop. He was a rookie last year, and we like him as well. So I like our quarterback room, and now we just got to get the rest of the team healed up and get start executing and start finishing games.
Defensive side of the ball, Dylan Winfrey. I mean, such a player, such a great player for you. He's been the defensive player of the year in this league. And now with him down for a while, you got to start a rookie. How hard is his job going to be today?
Well, it's going to be difficult for sure, especially against Nate Davis, who throws on time and gets the ball out quick. But, we like him, or we wouldn't have kept him, and I think he's got a lot of upside. He's got to get out there and fight. I told him he was going to get beat. I said, you're going to get beat. It's really about how you recover and move on to the next play. So I'd like to see the rest of the team step up and finish games. You know, we've lost 2 games in a row to 2 undefeated teams on the last play of the game. So I don't think we're that far away. You know, it's not doomsday yet, so we just got to keep working, and, you know, it's like anything else. You got to work your way out of it.
And you're back in the friendly confines. This beautiful arena, Desert Diamond Arena. What a place. What a great new home for you and your team. They got to be excited. You've got to be excited for the big one tonight.
You know, we are. You know, I'm happy for our fan base. You know, our ownership, Ron Schertz, he runs this organization, you know, first class and gives us everything we need to be successful. So we really appreciate him and the vision of the organization here. But, you know, we're excited. We're going to continue to grow our season ticket base. We're up 62% in season ticket sales. Now, you know, we cut back on some of the comp tickets, and, you know, that was some business decisions that we made to grow the business forward. You know, everybody's committed, and you know, the Glendale community has accepted us, and we've accepted them. We love being a part of the community, and you know, the Dell Adams, the manager of the building here, has been super to work with, and his staff. So we're excited about the future of the Rattlers.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's get to it, everybody. Tonight's broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football getting underway in the Indoor Football League. Floyd Simmons, along with Dale Hellestray, the third member of our broadcast team, will join us in just a moment. Joe Pequeno on our sidelines for this one tonight. And here's the opening kick. The Rattlers send it away, and that one is going to go. That's going to go into the seats. Somebody gets a souvenir. And we're underway, everybody. Welcome in, and let's get it rolling tonight from Desert Diamond Arena, the all-new Snake Pit. Dale Hellestray.
It's a fantastic facility. Obviously, the Rattlers have found a gem here. They recently moved their practice facilities over here. It's going to be a whole kick. As you sit here and watch this team tonight, remember, brand new arena. They've moved all their facilities over here. So players in a little bit of turmoil. As a football player, you're a routine guy. Those have been thrown off. Let's see how they adjust this afternoon.
The Rattlers will open up on defense, and the ball spotted at the 20-yard line after that opening kick. Nate Davis, the San Diego Strike Force quarterback, goes to work. Him and his team 2-0 coming into the game, and that pass caught at the dashboard left side. Isaiah Cox on the reception, and there's what you expect all night long from Nate Davis. He doesn't very often let the pressure get to him because he's got such a quick release. That's kind of the bread and butter of his game, Dale. He's going to get the ball out quickly, and his team is going to be moving the ball in those chunks like he does. Davis will set his offense. Flip it out to the near side. Initial contact in the backfield before positive yardage. And the guy that brings it across is Chance Bell with his first carry of the game. And Chance will gain first down yardage, move the chains, and the ball at the 19 of the Rattlers.
Well, that's been the Achilles heel right now, this Arizona Rattlers defense. They can't stop the quarterback from running, and they're struggling against the running game. They want to be more physical. Let's see if they can accomplish that.
Davis will hand it left side. That's Bell again. Back-to-back running plays. This one is smothered. And the guy that does the smothering, well, you get a good look there of Devontae Merriweather, but how about the big fellow as well? Harold Love on the play to limit that to little to no gain, maybe a yard on the play.
Big force in the middle. Harold Love is 6'3", 340 pounds. Came in last year and just made a dramatic difference in the way this team plays physically.
First possession of the game, it belongs to the Strike Force. And Nate Davis, one of the best in the business, sends his guys in motion. Davis looking left. The pump, throws the back shoulder fade, and his receiver fell down. Excellent coverage on that side of the field. I believe that was Jermaine Dobbs out there in coverage. And the guy that he was smothering, Isaiah Cox.
Isaiah Cox and Dobbs really kind of hand fighting down the sidelines there. You like to see the officials let a little contact go and let them play football. There's contact right here. A lot of times the official will call either offensive or defensive pass interference. In this case, no call.
The clock continuing to run as it does in the first 14 minutes of a quarter. Unlike conventional football, this pass out of the backfield, Bell the target, and over his head, incomplete, and he is going to take responsibility, say that was me, I should have released, and the ball is a little overthrown. There was a marker down on the play.
Look like it's illegal defense, and what I've noticed, Floyd, these first 3 games is the fact that the defense is almost getting off the field. The defense comes up with a big play, and there's a penalty on it. And a number of times been the defensive line, Harold Love, if you have to have your hand on the ground with the ball snapped. And a couple times, hand comes up briefly, they make a big play, give the team another chance. Here they give themselves another chance.
One of the distinguishing features of the Indoor Football League and the kind of play is that everything you're talking about, Dale. Let's expand on that a little more here in a moment. The idea that there's so much drama with each and every play that is run by these teams. And Nate Davis will get flushed, and he is going to throw an interception. That one is picked off. The linebacker ranging over from the middle of that defense, reaching up and making that catch. And the first takeaway belongs to the Rattlers. Connor Taylor comes up with it.
Nothing disrupts a quarterback more than pressure right in his face. Harold Love immediately beats the center off the ball. That looked like Jalen Booth right in Nate Davis's face. Made him roll out. Nate Davis doesn't like to move a whole lot. Threw the ball back across his body. Another no-no, and the Rattlers capitalize.
The first takeaway of the game, and it's a big one because Nate Davis just isn't going to give you those very often, Dale. And maybe the reason, or a contributing reason, he was forced to break the pocket, and he took more time than usual in delivering the football. So the Rattlers will take over. Lorenzo Brown out of retirement to come in and help a team that was getting kind of desperate early. First drive of the first game of the season for the Rattlers. Their starting quarterback, last year's champion, Dalton Sneed, when he played with Bay Area, he got hurt on the very first possession they had. He played the entire balance of the half. They didn't know he was that hurt until halftime, and then he's been missing since.
I know there was talk of him coming back after the bye week. Decided to rest him another week.
And Brown is going to step up. It opens up in front of him, and he is going to get to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him actually just shy, the 19. That's enough for the first down. It's in the vicinity of a 9-yard gain for Lorenzo Brown Jr. as he reports to Coach Kevin Guy, get instructions on what to do with this new set of downs.
Well, that's not the first thing that Lorenzo Brown wants to do is run the football. That's going to be the second and maybe third option. You can see the hesitation there. He's like, okay, there's nobody here. I got to run.
Not at his age,
yes.
Are you saying?
Yes.
Okay, he's, for all intents and purposes, a retiree, right? And he's played so many years in this league, a 6-time champion. Here he goes, delivers, and that one's going to skip in. Incomplete. Jamal Miles, the intended receiver for the Rattlers, and that'll come up just shy. So Lorenzo Brown Jr., the quarterback, who Kevin Guy, he's unashamed to say, Lorenzo did us a favor. You know, came out of retirement, off the couch to come in and help this offense out when they suffered the injury to Dalton Sneed. And here he is performing. He has won 3 championships in this league as a quarterback and 3 championships as a receiver. If that tells you anything about the kind of athlete that he is.
Yeah, the versatility.
And he will line him up. Rattlers at their own 20-yard line, and on the jet sweep, yardage into the opponent's territory. Glenn Gibbons Jr., who came over from Northern Arizona, delivers on the nice run, got some nice edge blocking, Dale, to get that first down.
Really nice patience before he put that right foot in the ground and turned upfield. Another thing I've noticed about the way Coach Kevin Guy is calling plays this year. A little slower pace, a little more methodical. There were times in his career where he had high-octane offenses, And he's saying, you know what, I want to get as many possessions as I can. So far this year, it's as few possessions as I can give the other team.
And we're going to get a pass interference call on a ball thrown in the middle of the field toward the end zone. Jamal Miles was that intended receiver, and it looked like the guy that is his numerical counterpart is the guy that committed the foul. Keshawn Walker back there defensively in the middle of the field.
Well, they're going to get the penalty, but Lorenzo Brown also took a big shot on that particular play. Got those linemen moved around because you mentioned the injuries, and now Cole Carter, who was all IFL last year, is now playing right guard. You got William Lay in the middle, and then old steady geyser Lamar Mady over there at left guard doing his thing.
So we approach the 8-minute mark here in this first period. Still no score. The Rattlers have been milking that clock, haven't they, on their initial drive? And a little problem on the mesh. That one almost hit the ground. That's Glenn Gibbons Jr. trying to get to the edge. This time, unable to get to that corner. And he'll be brought down, a short gain for Arizona as they go inside the red zone here, and under 8 minutes on the clock in the first quarter, trying to punch it in for the first points of the game.
Well, that's the thing. You cannot, if you're going to run this kind of offense, you can't turn the ball over. If you're looking to get 14, 16, 18 possessions in the game, and you're trying to score 71, hey, a turnover's not going to hurt you as much as when you're playing or shooting to play a low-scoring game.
Motion on the right side of the offense. Brown will swing it. That one is caught, and a mano-a-mano battle after the catch is made for the Rattlers, and the rookie, C.J. Odom, on the reception, but he didn't have a lot of room to run as he turned it up. The defense was right there.
Well, you have a choice. You can try and dodge him, or you say, you know what, I'm going to try and run you over. And Fox, the DB, decided to come up and be really, really physical. And Fox, 6'1", 220 pounds, built more like a linebacker.
Second down. And Brown is in trouble. And Brown is going down. He's going to be dropped at about the 16-yard line. Getting there defensively, Sherrod Williams. Williams on the blitz up the middle, taking care of the quarterback and putting the Rattlers in now a third down situation outside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's what really jumps out to you right here, and that's you got Carl Odom stepping up and trying to make a block on the linebacker coming. Line did its job, and that ball's supposed to come out a little bit quicker, well covered downfield, and pressure on Brown leads to a field goal attempt.
So this is Dawson Evans, and boy, Dawson is getting great reviews from Coach Guy as he will split the uprights on this kick. He's been terrific, and we'll talk more about that young kicker for this team that has all the confidence of his head coach, Kevin Guy. We'll take this break, everybody. 5:40 on the clock, first quarter, and a 3-0 lead to start the game for the Rattlers. Stand by, more Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Back to the action as the Arizona Rattlers strike first. They get the 3-0 lead on a field goal. You know, Dale, you're going to have to help me there. I didn't even check the spot, but I'm going to guess that was in the range of about a 37-yard kick.
I would say probably 31, 32, 33 yards. Yep.
Okay. The Rattlers will take it nonetheless.
And what I love about the kicker is if you watch him, I don't know if he ever, like in a golf, I don't think he ever takes a full swing. Therefore, the slower your backswing and the closer the ball you are, the less chance you have of hitting it. And he has been deadly accurate.
Sounds like somebody who's mishit a few.
Yeah. Yeah, you can relate kicking to golf, and boy, watching the Masters over the weekend, it's the ball can go awry very easily, especially hitting it to a small target like these goalposts here in the IFL.
And look at this, the onside kick was nearly recovered on a bounce by the Rattlers. It was eventually recovered by the strike force as we bring you in, introduce you to our third member of the broadcast team tonight. Joe Pequeno is on our sidelines. Hey, Joe.
Good afternoon, Floyd. And for the Arizona Rattlers, there is no panic in their vocabulary. Just like last year, they started 1-2 and went on to become the top seed in the Western Conference. But in order to get there, they're going to have to stop Nate Davis. He's the leading passer in the IFL, throwing for 204 yards a game. He's got that quick release. And the bottom line, that Arizona Rattlers defensive line, they've got to bring that pressure.
All right, Joe, thank you. Appreciate that. The defensive line for the Rattlers has been one of the liabilities that Coach Guy would like to get turned around. He just doesn't think that the defensive line has lived up to the billing and lived up to what they need necessary. And there's a missed tackle by Connor Taylor. He was able to trip the runner up, or at least slow him down a little bit. The tackle made at the 5-yard line, and that's where the strike force are going to set up. And they'll be looking at first down and goal at the 5.
And they're going to line up without a huddle and try and run the ball again. Catch the Rattlers relaxed a little bit.
Rattlers will do some personnel changing up front. And Nate Davis will take a snap, look to his right, now toward the back of the end zone. And his receiver, who initially fell down, gets open and makes the catch for the first touchdown in this one. Jordan Kress is on the receiving end of a 5-yard touchdown pass from his quarterback, Nate Davis.
Well, and you really don't see very often the Rattlers bring 4 and still not be able to get there. And great protection by that front 4 for the strike force, enabling them to hold on to the football a lot longer than you'd ever expect them to be able to do that.
Stevie Artigue is on to attempt the point after. And a good hold. And the kick is going to be wide to the right. No good. And with that, a 6-3 San Diego advantage as we continue the first quarter in a moment. 4:01 on the clock here. Back in a moment. San Diego 6 and the Arizona Rattlers 3. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Big dollar stuff you're wearing there, Dale Hillestray, man. I tell you, what is that, Egyptian cotton, that beautiful shirt?
A little heavy for how warm it is in here in the arena.
It's a little warm, isn't it? And you're surrounded by a line, or what we call the video village. You've got, look at all this high-tech equipment you got burning. That's going to keep you light on your loafers there, my friend.
Yes, and as a 300-pounder, you really never met a cold place you don't like.
Here's the kick, and there's the attempted deuce. And we're at the perfect angle to not tell exactly what that did, but I believe it did not land deuce style. So that'll be come out to the 20-yard line for the Rattlers, and it'll be first down and 10 right there for Lorenzo Brown Jr., the quarterback. And this offense for Kevin Guy and the Arizona Rattlers. Welcome in here, everybody, to Desert Diamond Arena, the all-new Snake Pit here, and this Rattlers team. Very thrilled with this new partnership. And, to use Kevin Guy's own words, this is a major league situation now. It's big time. And one of the great reasons why partnerships have been growing and fantastic for the Arizona Rattlers, partnerships in the business community, in the marketing and advertising aspects, but big as well as a destination place for players who want to play in the indoor football league. Dale, if you want to go and play on a team in this league, I mean, what a great place this is to be your destination and play for this organization that has all the history that it does, and this facility and everything that it means to the immediate community. Here is Lorenzo Brown taking the snap and delivering a little too high for his receiver. That'll go incomplete as he was looking for Gibbons.
Floyd, I kind of liken it to the Dallas Cowboys in the National Football League. If you've ever toured their facilities, they are heads and shoulders above everybody else. And again, obviously, in the NFL, money's going to matter, but if two things are even, you want first-class facilities, and that's what you have here. And now that they've moved their practice facilities out here, boy, I think it is a tremendous game changer.
Snap it to Brown. And a couple of flags come out immediately. And Lorenzo will take it himself. He gets hit from behind, trying to punch the football out. Tackle is made by Jaquan Artis. Jaquan showing a lot of hustle and speed coming from trailing that play. Remember, Jaquan was the Defensive Player of the Year in the league a couple of years back. Or whatever the penalty was there, Dale, maybe you caught it. It was declined.
I believe it was a nose guard with his number 90, and that's Carey. He's 6'5", 325 pounds. His hand came off the ground. And, Floyd, when you're 325 pounds, everybody in the arena can see it.
Let's talk about those big fellas in a moment after this play. So the Rattlers set up shop at the 20-yard line. Brown throws it, middle of the field. The catch is made, and that's going to be Jamal Miles with the reception out across the 15-yard line. Call that an 8-yard gain. I got this question for you, Dale. You come from a rich tradition of playing on the line with the big guys up front. When was it that you started to see football linemen regularly over 300 pounds? Because when I was a young guy, anybody that had a 305, 310-pound tackle, that was a huge guy. That was an abnormal situation. A lot of guards at 260, that kind of thing, as you watch Brown take the snap. Lorenzo scrambling around, able to escape some of that pressure. But again, it's incomplete. Off the left side, it looks like Miles was the intended receiver. These big guys up front in the trenches, it's routine now. Everybody goes 3+. When did that change?
Well, I was drafted in 1985 by the Buffalo Bills to make their line bigger. I was 285 pounds.
That made their line bigger.
Bigger. And by the time I retired in 2001, my last year in Dallas was 2000, I was 295 pounds. And of the 8 linemen who dressed, I was the second lightest offensive lineman.
Things changed in a hurry, didn't they? And we still go with those big guys. In fact, now here you get leagues like this, the IFL, and you get 300-pounders all the time. Flip it left side. And Odom is going to get first down yardage for the Rattlers. He goes inside the 10, just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Arizona, C.J. Odom delivering around the left side.
Well, Floyd, the other thing I do need to point out is not only are these guys tremendously large, but they can move. Now, I'm not saying they're going to run a 100-yard sprint, but for a 5-yard box, they've got tremendous athleticism and quickness, and it's almost unfair.
Time running out here in the first quarter, final 10 seconds. We'll see if the Rattlers opt to run a play. They don't have to, but they will. Get it away just before the quarter ends. Brown dips under that pressure to the back of the end zone. That one's going to be out of bounds. Incomplete to end the first quarter. A 6-3 advantage for San Diego, the strike force in town. And the Rattlers trail by 3. Stand by for the second quarter. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Hey, welcome back in, Rattler Nation. Our coverage of the Arizona Rattlers this afternoon from Desert Diamond Arena. And Floyd Simmons joined by Dale Hellestray on this broadcast coverage. Those of you streaming this one live on the Caffeine streaming platform, thanks for being with us. And also to you who are viewing this on the Indoor Football League's YouTube channel. Meanwhile, out on the field, the Arizona Rattlers will resume play here. The second quarter getting underway, a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and goal, really. And the ball is at the 9-yard line. They give it the right side. There's contact. C.J. Odom carrying the football, and C.J. is going to power his way over the 5-yard line. It's tackled right there, but he's got some yardage to show for it. Sherrod Williams stepped up, wrapped him up, took him down at about the 2.5-yard line.
Well, really nice job setting up Cole Carter's block there. Act like he's going outside the defensive end. Had to honor that, and Cole kept pushing him. Odom cuts up underneath him. Nice pickup there on 1st down for this Arizona Rattler team that seems like they are almost the good old Oklahoma Sooners back in the day, running the wishbone as much as they're running the football tonight.
Check the over-under on this game. You can see it right there on the scoring graphic. The over-under is 96.5, Dale. 96.5. That's not going to be threatened if this pace continues. Brown throws, and that is going to be knocked down. The ball was a little bit behind the receiver, and that gave time for the defender. I believe that was Elijah Ellie that got there. and knocked it down, and that was dangerous. There was a lot of field in front and a ball that was a little bit thrown behind the receiver.
Well, it was thrown behind, which you can never do on the sideline, and there was a little too much air under it that allows athletes like that to get back in the play. And he had him beat immediately. Ball's got to come out. Ball's got to come out. Ball's got to come out.
Big play here. 4th down and goal to go. The ball just outside the 2, handed off to Odom, and he is going to run right into one of the, I believe, his blocker. I thought he broke the plane on the first attempt. The officials are conferencing over there near the goal line, and here comes the indication from the linesman on the near side. That's a touchdown for the Rattlers. I thought he went in right here, Dale, on this contact.
He did, but he got shot out of there pretty quick. And did he have control of the football?
Well, I think it also came out right there, didn't it? I think it was fumbled.
It was fumbled.
Right there. Yeah, ball punched out. No challenge issued by San Diego. And the point after will go right through the uprights for Dawson Evitz. And we take this time out at 13:03 of the second quarter. And the Rattlers are back in front. Our score, Arizona 10, San Diego 6. This is Arizona Rattlers football as you take another look at that touchdown.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging.
Spooner has
at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Back into it, everybody. Welcome back to Desert Diamond Arena, the brand new digs for the Arizona Rattlers, the all-new Snake Pits, and they are thrilled to be here. This team, this organization is thrilled to be here, thrilled with the partnership, and the fans have responded. It's a great turnout here on a Sunday afternoon.
It certainly is. Second game. You know, as you sit here and watch the arena operations, a lot of complaints about the first game. And, hey, the first anything, your first kiss, there's probably complaints. Your first anytime that something goes on, there's going to be some complaints. And today seems a lot more smoothly operated.
Wow, Dale, it sounded like you were going to break into the plot line of a Hallmark movie.
No, I caught myself and said, let's stick to football.
The first kiss starring Dale Hellestray. Kick received at the 4-yard line, and a big collision out there just across the 15-yard line. It was Isaiah Cox who brought it back. San Diego will take over down by the 4 there on your scoreboard. 10-6, Arizona in front, and the line of scrimmage, the 18-yard line. Welcome back in to the Snake Pit.
Well, you look at this offensive line. 355 is Booth. 320, 295 is Jonathan Williams. Big men up front for the strike force.
We got a new quarterback on the field. Here's a give. Bell's got it wide open. He's got one guy to beat. Cuts back with a good block. And he is on his way for a Strike Force touchdown. Chance Bell hardly touched on that. The quarterback who came in, Rudy Johnson, took the snap, handed off. And a Strike Force team that's kind of run the ball a little bit more early on in this game than I expected them to. They're going to take that running game into the end zone.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Floyd, I think until the Rattlers show they can stop the run, I think every team they play is going to come out running the football. I mean, that hole you and I could have run through and gained 5 yards. Tremendous job by that offensive line. The linebacker, Taylor, steps up in the backside gap. He's shielded off. Big, giant hole.
This kick is up, and it is good. RT adding the point after, and in an early back-and-forth tussle, San Diego goes up 13-10. You take another look at it right here. I mean, it's you can't script it better than that run.
And you can't block it better than that. I think also had something to do with Rudy Johnson coming in. That backside has to honor Rudy Johnson. He's a 6'2", 225, 230-pound specimen that can keep the ball, unlike Nate Davis. Takes a defender off a run-in to make a play. And I don't think there's anything that could be more frustrating to a football team, especially a Kevin Guy coach football team, than getting out-physicaled at the point of attack. And that's what this Strike Force team has done so far this afternoon.
San Diego checks into the game. So far undefeated, 2-0. This Rattlers team, and they make no excuses for it, but right now, 1-2. And they've lost their starting quarterback, Dalton Sneed. They lost Dylan Winfrey last week. And he'll be down for a little while, and he might miss a couple more games. He's day-to-day with the team. They lost Shannon Brooks with a broken hand. I asked Shannon before the game, how'd you break it? Has no idea.
Right.
Doesn't know what play it happened on. You know that, Dale. You play out there with adrenaline, and you get dinged up a little bit, and it takes a while to figure it out. I myself, Dale, in my day, I played with the broken hand. I played the better part of a half of football, and it wasn't until I got into the locker room at halftime and sat there and all the adrenaline drained out that all of a sudden I started feeling my hand throbbing. At that point, I couldn't play that second half. So Shannon Brooks, he's hurt. The injury bug really got into this team.
Well, again, a lot like last year when the season started. You lose a quarterback. You lose some guys that are big-time contributors to your football team. And you somehow, some way need to find a way, and that looks like a deuce.
That is a deuce. That is a deuce, and that's going to – little swagger from the kicker, Stevie Artigue. He splits the uprights. And guess what? What was a 13-10 game where that extra point could come into play, that missed extra point from earlier in the game might come into play at some point. Artigue, he's waving back to the fans who are giving him a little jazz, and kick was good for 2 points. Rattlers at their own 5-yard line. Credit the kicker. 15-10 now, the advantage for the Strike Force.
You can't overemphasize how narrow those goalposts are. You know, and you're kicking it 50, 60 yards, trying to be that accurate.
Glenn Gibbons Jr. catches the football from Lorenzo Brown Jr., and he is out to the 20-yard line. That'll be a Rattlers first down. They'll move the chains on that. And the Rattlers offense gets a little lift to start this next possession.
Well, that's a frustrating thing. You watch this Rattler offense, and there'll be 2 or 3 plays in a row. It looks like things are clicking. Brown's throwing the football. Receivers are getting open and catching it, and then something will happen that will slow the drive down.
Another quick pass and catch. This is Isaiah Houston getting his name called for a first time today, and Isaiah should have the 10 necessary for another first down. He does, right at the sticks. You want a sticks route, Coach Halestray? You just got 2 of them right there.
Got to get a little bit past the sticks, come back really, physical tackle there for the Strike Force, who this defense has done a tremendous job running the football, being physical when they arrive. That time it was Justice King, 5'9", 180 pounds.
Gibbons in the slot on the left side. He'll go in motion, and he is the target. And he was wide open, settled into the middle of that defense. But Lorenzo has been a little spotty with his accuracy here so far in this first half. He threw the ball extremely well, completed 70% of his passes against Bay Area. But tonight, a little struggle out there for Lorenzo.
Well, and what really concerns you is a high pass over the middle that's begging for a deflection, for an interception, or just a straight interception. That ball cannot go high over the middle.
9.5 left here in the first half, and Houston is the target this time. He's got it at the 14-yard line. That'll be shy of the first down, and a little chippiness at the end of that play as we check in with Joe Pequeno down on the sidelines. Or maybe not. And a 5-point advantage for the Strike Force. This game has gone back and forth. It was the Strike Force with the deuce to get the last points of this one, and they're up 15-10 over the middle. And that one will be caught. Again, it's Jamal Miles this time, and Jamal moves the chains yet again. He's at the 6-yard line with that reception. Well, what do you make of this? What do you make of this short passing game that Coach Guy is calling? A lot of curls, a lot of stop routes out there in the middle of the field.
Well, the Rattlers are deciding to go empty backfield, and the Strike Force are bringing an extra guy each and every time. Sherrod Williams, number 17, has a free run at Lorenzo Brown on every play, so you're making a decision. The ball's going to come out very quickly.
And Brown will give it. Miles, nope, fakes it there. Lorenzo Brown Jr. into the end zone. A marker comes out. But Lorenzo showing that he's still got some moves. He's still got some speed, and he takes advantage of a little over pursuit from the backside. Here he goes. Fake it one direction, go the other.
They get the Rattlers for holding. Boy. What a great angle.
Yeah, Coach Guy was happy for the moment. Now he's got to call something to get his team back into the pay dirt area. Here's, check the clock for you, 7:50 remaining in this first half, 15-10. Brown sends him in motion. He'll fake that. That give to Odom. Looking around, and he'll break the pocket and lower his shoulder. And he gets a chunk of that back. He is going to go inside the 7-yard line. And that will bring up 3rd down and goal to go for the Rattlers.
Floyd, that's the one thing I mentioned early in this football game. The thing I've noticed is that offensively, sometimes defensively a lot, you make a big play and it gets called back by a penalty. It's the inopportune times that you get called for a penalty, and we'll see if they can overcome this or if they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
From motion, it's a handoff to Miles. Miles just got bobbled up on the right side. He was trying to go behind his entire offensive line. Everybody was coming out, pulling that direction, trying to lead a convoy, but the Strike Force defense was able to put the wall up, and in fact, a loss of a yard on the play for Miles.
Yeah, it seemed like they were in the Rattlers huddle. Every white jersey was running to their left, the Rattlers right, and there was nowhere to go with the football.
So we've got just under 6.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Arizona staring at a 3rd down, 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Motion on that left side. Brown looking, stepping into his throw that is nearly intercepted. The defender was able to undercut the route, which really was at the back of back of the end zone, back of the wall out there. Elijah Ellie is the guy that was able to deflect that one into the stands.
Well, it looks like there's just some miscommunication between Brown and the wide receivers. Brown was expecting one thing, and the receiver does another. Kevin Guy not happy with the miscommunication. You seem to see it a little too often. Now this is Brown's second and third week in this offense.
That's going to force Coach Guy to call on his place kicking team and see if they can add something. And I'll tell you, the kick is good. And we'll take a quick break with 5:23 remaining in the first half. Rattlers get 3 back, and they trail by 2. It's 15-13. San Diego in front. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
The action continues with the Arizona Rattlers from Desert Diamond Arena. Great location. And how do you like this field, Dale? There's hadn't been a lot of play on it. This is the field that, if I'm not mistaken, the Rattlers got this field. They got it after one of the championships. It was either the 2023 or 2022 championship game, and maybe it was the 22. Here's the ball fielded and brought straight back up, middle wedge, and tackle made at the 20-yard line. I don't understand that, Dale. You never returned kicks in your day, did you?
I never did, but when I was younger, I had to cover a couple of them, and I blocked for some. Back then, the wedge was legal and all that, but I don't understand that kickoff right there, unless that's a complete mishit, because they've been regularly kicking midway through the end zone and making it much more difficult.
It was a chunky fairway wedge.
Yeah, I know about that.
Davis is not on the field, and San Diego's going to try to run, and you know what? You're not going to be able to get past Savon Lowry very often, and the quarterback, Rudy Johnson, well, he didn't do that. He gained a half a yard maybe on the play, if anything, maybe a zero gain right there.
Tremendous job by Lowry coming down the line. Now, the strike force didn't do anything to hold him on the backside. Watch him race down the line of scrimmage right there, because there was no running back, there was no quarterback that made him have to hold his ground. Tremendous pursuit.
Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the first half, and that one is going to be thrown in to the crowd, and the officials will come over and have a conversation about it. He was well outside the guard box. We call it a guard box in this league, right?
Yes, we do.
There's no tackles out there. Not on the offensive side.
Well, there's been some nice pressure up the middle by this defense, and they're getting there quick. Majetti, Love, Lowry.
pass is caught. And the defenders who tried to come over and deflect it, the safety Isaiah Huff, the rookie safety, who was making his first ever start for the Rattlers, is unable to prevent the touchdown. Arthur Jackson, the third, hauling it in and taking it the distance. It was one guy to beat, and he tried to undercut and knock it down and couldn't do it. San Diego's in the end zone again.
Boy, Arthur Jackson, tremendous concentration. It looked like Huff had a chance at this, if nothing else, but to break it up. But Jackson just reaches back and snatches it with big, huge hands.
Really wasn't terrible coverage, was it?
It was not.
I mean, if he deflects that ball, which you think it's micro seconds of time between him and deflecting it, we look at it as an outstanding play. Instead, it goes for a touchdown. The point after is good for the Strike Force, and they lead now 21-13. 21-13 as we bring you Arizona Rattlers football live from the Snake Pit. And normally we would say in the past it was in downtown Phoenix. We're on the outskirts here now. We're Glendale, Arizona, and this is a great kind of a sports mecca. They just played the Final Four in the NCAA Men's College Basketball Tournament in the area. Super Bowls have been played out here in this neck of the woods, and it's just a wonderful sports community in the Valley of the Sun.
Well, there's great places to eat before, after the game. I mean, it's a destination spot. You can come here on a Friday or Saturday night when there's not Rattler games. There's plenty going on. But I just think, I walk into this arena, and I know it's over 20 years old, but to me it always has the feel that it's 5-8 years old. It seems like it's been kept in such good shape. And I think it's a real upgrade. And as you said, free agents, if it comes down to it, where would you rather come and play? And again, the ownership, Ron Schertz and Kevin Guy, got this deal done along with the city of Glendale, and I don't think they could be any happier.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous as well. I saw a social media post a couple of days ago, Coach Guy, and he was showing his view, his office view from way up high, and the office is looking down on the field, and it's an unbelievable location. Here's a tackle made on Jamal Miles, who brought it out of the end zone. Jamal got just out across the 5. Call it the 6-yard line. It'll be first down for the Rattler offense. Lorenzo Brown Jr. coming out there. Try to engineer something with this offense, an offense that needs to get the fire burning here.
Well, it seems like each game there's something. First game, special teams got them, and each game there's been a deficiency in one area or another, and here's where special teams can give your offense a little bit of a jolt by getting good field position as we move forward.
Rattlers will try the right side with the football, and it is Jamal Miles at the bottom of the pack. Jamal got about half of it, and it'll be second down and about 6. The Rattlers. Send them all out in the pattern, and again, Dale, I mean, nobody ran deep routes. Everybody settled in and gave Lorenzo Brown his pick of who he wanted to try and pick that zone apart with the pass completion, which goes for a first down.
Well, a lot of times I believe that you're doing this to set up the deep ball. Hey, have them continue to creep up and try to make a play and then run a double move. But I don't know if the Rattlers, if they have that in that arsenal so far this year. It'd be interesting to watch if Kevin Guy's trying to set something up.
Both teams have their full complement of timeouts as we get set to go under a minute remaining in the first half. And that pass, again, caught in just a wide open spot in the zone. And the guy who turned and made the catch, Kobe Smith, gets his first reception of the afternoon here at the Snake Pit. And that goes as a Rattlers first down. The problem is you can do that 3-4 times in a row, but then you get that back line of the end zone becomes the next defender, and this defense can start to really pack it in.
Or you make a mistake, penalty, sack, incomplete pass, and put you behind the chains.
That's your classic dink and dunk, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and that's not usually Rattlers football.
Hey, we got to take a timeout. It's the 1-minute warning here in the second quarter. Stand by for it as the Rattlers try to grab a 6-pointer here in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Back after this.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Close out the first half here at Desert Diamond Arena. Welcome back to it. Check a few numbers for you, some of the stats. Rattlers have a decided advantage in first downs. They picked up 11 to just 5 for San Diego. Rushing yards, 54 for the Rattlers, 46 for San Diego. And 77 yards passing to 41 for San Diego. The advantages rest with the Rattlers. Except on the scoreboard as this one goes out of bounds. And one of those strike force players decides to go and try to see if he can come up with that football, Justice King. And it won't happen. We're going to get a marker down on the defender. That one was thrown right in the middle of the field, so a pass interference call. That'll be an automatic first down for the Rattler offense.
Well, we got a strike force defensive lineman down. I can't quite catch his number, but that blocking scheme also had Jamal Miles trying to block number 17 for the strike force. That's Sherrod Williams, 6'1", 230 pounds. Miles, he's 5'10", 180. And it looked like a mismatch, and it was a mismatch.
Wonder if we had a look at that. Can we have another look at that play? I want to see if we caught Jamal's effort. Because, hey, listen.
Well, watch it right here.
Effort is everything. Is that on that top edge there?
Yep. See, here he comes. No, right in the middle. Right. And that's him right there coming around.
Well, I guess I missed it, but you try to get the best matchups
right here.
You can.
There you go.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah. Now, there's effort there, and there's 1-2 by Miles, but
now, how was that broken down and discussed on Monday, Tuesday in the film room?
Well, Jamal Miles hit him with everything he had, but it's only 175 pounds.
So some allowances made, I guess.
Yes.
Take that one. And Brown is going to get sandwiched and brought down at the 5-yard line, or just inside the 5-yard line. It'll be second down and goal for Arizona. They let the clock run right here. Rattlers have all 3 timeouts, so does San Diego. Strikeforce not going to use any timeouts, not right now. And we go into 30 seconds left in the half.
Well, this is fascinating. It's all you remember in the last minute. Clock stops for incomplete passes, and you hit the dasher board with the ball, but it's always a cat and mouse game, and usually you don't see a team that has 3 timeouts left just let the clock run when they're on defense.
So Coach Guy calls a timeout with 18 seconds, Dale. Let's try to get into the head of Coach Guy right here, because it feels to me like with your 3 timeouts, if you're calling a timeout with 18 seconds, you plan on running the football.
You plan on running it probably 2 times, because you know if there's an incomplete pass, the clock stops on its own. Now, maybe you run the ball here, and then on 3rd down, you decide to throw the football, unless you score.
Or is he trying to get in the head of his opposing coach and leave him with that thinking?
Well, I'm sure right now, if I'm the strike force, I'm thinking it's 100% run.
Yes, sellouts to stop that run. Plus, if you do, and they are able to punch it in right here from this spot, well, you got a little bit of time on the clock to do something. You got a play or 2 of your own with 3 timeouts when you get the football back. Lorenzo Brown Jr., the quarterback. He puts him in motion, swings it left side, and that's Jamal Miles driven into the dasher to stop the clock with 14 seconds remaining. That'll go to the 3-yard line and bring up 3rd down and goal. 3rd down and goal. So, Dale, that wasn't a run, except that in the passing game, that's like a run.
A very safe play that really in most offenses would be considered a run. Ball thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking right, and that pass is caught. Glenn Gibbons Jr. into the end zone, a Rattlers touchdown. Good route to the right side. Is that an arrow? We call that route. He ran it laterally toward the sideline, and Brown delivered.
Yeah, but you know what, Floyd, if maybe out for the White Mountains, you call that an arrow, just a quick out. Just a quick out.
Don't get too fancy.
Or my friend Troy Aikman would call that maybe a smoke route, because nobody knows what a smoke route is, but it sounds cool.
Just call it something.
Yeah.
Just make some name, and they're going to go for 2 on the fake. At least I believe it was a fake. Might have skipped in, but it's not going to work out too good. Kettle, the backup quarterback, Garrett Kettle, tried to take it in unsuccessfully so, and it stays at a 3-point game. Okay, 11 seconds right here. And you ask the next question. Did you try to kick the deuce?
Boy, oh boy, 11 seconds, 3 timeouts. What do you think? You can get 3 plays in maybe?
I think you try to kick the deuce, and I'll tell you why. Because it seems that, and I'm looking down on the field, it seems that just can't see any sign of Nate Davis. And with Davis out there, the way he gets the ball out so quickly and his experience, and he's just a quality quarterback, Nate can shred you in just a few seconds. I'm not sure I'm that worried at giving you a short field off a missed deuce if I'm Kevin Guy. So again, the layers of chess that you have to play to coach this game, I'm not nearly smart enough to do it, Dale. But I think I might go ahead and try to get 2 points right here.
I've found myself as I've gotten older being less and less of a risk taker. I would probably kick it on the field and play, hopefully go down and tackle him, have 5-6 seconds run off the clock, give him 1 play, stop him and go into the end zone.
We're going to find out right here. Here's the kick. That's going to be returnable. Right at the 1-yard line. And the tackle is made near the 10-yard line. Good coverage. Good hustle play coming down to make that play was Rasheed Hodge. With a good special teams hustle play for the Rattlers. They'll mark this at the 11-yard line. And that ran it just under 3 seconds off what remained on the clock. So 8.5 seconds here till we go into halftime.
Well, tackle's almost made too quick. You'd hope another couple seconds would have run off the clock. I mean, 8.5 seconds, you got the whole field open, because as soon as the ball's caught, you go down, call timeout. 130-yard play and you're in field goal range. 20-yard play.
Rudy Johnson steps into a throw over the middle. Pass is caught in the middle of the field. San Diego will immediately spend one of those remaining timeouts with 3.7 seconds remaining. Short gain. And maybe a gain of 4 on the play.
And obviously the Rattlers knowing what needs to take place, playing zone coverage, not let anybody get behind them. Have a defender.
I think Coach is going to kick the ball right here. He's got his guy loosening it up. Artigue is...
Well, he already made a deuce.
Standing by. Yeah, this well within his distance. I mean, it's well within everybody's distance that kicks in the IFL. Getting it there is not the issue. Splitting those narrow uprights, that's your challenge.
That's the challenge, and then along with the operation.
Artigue stays on the sideline. Rudy Johnson remains with an empty backfield in the game, and he is going to try to quickly get one released toward the sideline. So they were just trying to pick up as many more of the yards that they could in the remaining 3.5 seconds. We'll get an illegal procedure on the offense, which, I mean, the best laid plans of mice and men, right, Coach? You had your opportunity right there. Get a few more yards and see if you could kick a field goal. Stop the clock, and now you go the other direction. We'll see if they can do something with 3.7 seconds remaining. Will they release quickly and try to stop the clock? Make the kick a little easier. Timeout taken by the Rattlers.
Want to see what their formation was, and that'll be interesting. Are they going to change their formation?
So when you call a timeout to check the formation, what's the percentages of time that they come back out in that same formation?
You know, I would guess it's 50-50 off the top of my head. You know, when you sit there and do that, I can understand freezing the kicker or something like that, but you did not get to see the play.
After the timeout, 3.7 seconds, and the pass is incomplete. Well, there's no way that took 3.7 seconds, okay?
No.
But the time did expire. And pass intended for Austin Evans. No, it wasn't Austin over on the near side. Pardon me. That was Jordan Kress. Jordan Kress. Well, this doesn't take 3.7 seconds. Well, that's not the play, is it? We're going back looking at a previous look. So they put 1 second back up.
But what I love about that is if I'm the home clock operator, I'm going to let it run, and if nobody catches it, nobody catches it. If they do, it's very easy to put 1 second on the clock again.
So there's the 1 second remaining in the half. And can San Diego take a 6-point lead into halftime? Stevie Artigue will answer that question right here. Nope, not going to happen. Good defense, good pressure by Connor Taylor caused the kicker, and the problem with the hold, Stevie had to stop in his backswing.
He did.
You know how much we all hate that.
It could have been really, really bad if he tried to kick that through. And the other thing is, if he kicks it and gets it blocked, he might give up a safety.
A lot could have gone wrong right there. I guess you give Stevie a lot of credit for being aware in the moment. Meanwhile, down on the field, we've got a chance to hear from head coach Kevin Guy, standing by with Joe Pequeno. Yeah, and that audio isn't coming through.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to start playing better and start executing. Back upstairs,
Thanks, Joe. Well, we having a bit of an issue with the frequency on that microphone right there, and
I could translate.
I could translate. We heard everything we needed to hear in the comment, didn't we? Didn't we? Coach Guy's not happy with first half performance of his Rattlers, a team that is struggling at 1-2 right now and trying to overcome and deal with injuries. And with Dylan Winfrey, the experienced safety who is one of the best defenders in this league, would he have prevented one of those touchdowns? You know, the likelihood is The likelihood is yes.
Well, in my mind, I'm not even looking at that. I'm feeling that he feels handcuffed with the offense. The Dalton Snead's playing, then they're wide open, and then they're scoring points, and it makes it much easier to play offensive football, which this league is set up for, rather than trying to keep the possessions down. That's not Kevin Guy's personality.
And you know what they probably need to do is get that defense to make them some plays, right? The defense has got to probably gamble a little bit in that upcoming second half. We'll break it down more for you, everybody. But here at halftime, San Diego will take that lead into the half. Our score, San Diego 22, Arizona 19. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Having some fun today, this afternoon at the Snake Pit in downtown Glendale. Desert Diamond Arena is the new Snake Pit, and we welcome you, everybody, to halftime. This broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. San Diego in front, you see it there. 22-19, a herky-jerky kind of first half for the Rattlers. They actually outgained San Diego in the first half, but it was the effectiveness of what they were able to do with the football, the effectiveness of the yardage that they gained that Coach Guy takes umbrage with. And In a game that saw the betting line experts say the over-under should be 96.5 points. 96.5 points on the over-under. This one is on pace to go quite a bit under. I don't know, by about 25% or something like that, if I were to do my math quickly enough. So the over-under at 95.5, and the total in the first half is 41, Dale Hellestray, 41 points. So
I was going to help you with my SMU education. I added up pretty quick, so it's actually less than 50%.
Less than 50%.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking somewhere in the 25% range.
That's White Mountain math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is also less than 50% in the White Mountains and in Glendale. So SMU, as we would call it.
Yes.
SMU. SMU.
Yes.
Did you guys take umbrage with that? Did you when people would refer to, hey, SMU with another one? Did it?
We kind of took the same attitude that Jerry Jones does.
Okay.
You don't care if you're talking good or bad about the Dallas Cowboys if you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
He wanted
press.
He wanted press.
Yep.
Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Well, at halftime, San Diego's in front, 22-19. And Dale, the numbers say that the Rattlers have offensively outplayed San Diego. Of course, the execution when it matters, either in the red zone to cash in points, or you see a play right there on your replay, San Diego turning an overzealous defensive effort into their touchdown. One way or the other, it's getting into the end zone that's going to be the most important statistic you look at when the game is all over. Total yards in the game, Arizona's got 132. And they've actually run, and I'm going to go again, here's a fraction for you, about 2.5 times more offensive plays than San Diego. 31 offensive plays run for 132 yards for Arizona. And on the other side, 13 offensive plays for the Strike Force for 95 yards. Dale, does that tell you anything?
Well, here's the interesting thing about that. Yes, it tells you you're running ball control offense, and you're keeping the ball away from the opponents. That's a good thing. But when you don't capitalize every time when you're doing that, then that's a bad thing. And so, again, I think if I look at this stat sheet, the number one thing that Kevin Guy gave that terse halftime interview about is the huge couple of those big runs. A couple of those big runs against his defense. He's a pride guy in defense that we're going to not ever be out physical. And on some plays tonight, their front 3/4 have been out physical.
Just perusing some of the other numbers for you from the first half. Rattlers lead both throwing the football and running the football. They have outgained San Diego 57-49 on the ground, but they've also run the ball 2.5 times more often. And they've thrown the ball twice as many times, attempted anyway. 17 attempts, 10 completions for Lorenzo Brown for 75 yards. And on the other side, San Diego has attempted 8 passes, completed 4 of those for 95 yards. And conspicuously missing for much of that second half was Nate Davis. And I'll guarantee you this. I mean, it wasn't on there for some of those attempted passes, but Nate Davis, 4 for 8. That's not a Nate Davis-like night at all for a half or a quarter. You always expect he's just an offensive machine. He gets you total yardage when he's on the field, and that hadn't been really San Diego's story, and yet the Rattlers haven't been able to capitalize on the fact that Davis hasn't torched them. Davis hasn't dominated the game, and the Rattlers find themselves down at halftime. So clearly Coach Guy knows, and he's going to go in and dissect things and try to see if he can get the second half a little sharper than the first.
And it's interesting because when you look at this defense, I would say they take away 2 plays and they played a heck of a ball game. But again, that frustration level can come from a couple plays. Offensively, I just get the feeling that Kevin feels that he's almost a little hamstrung calling plays, because this is not his offense. His offense is not 5, 6 yard routes, 5, 6 yard routes, try and run the ball. He wants to throw the ball down the air. He wants to throw the ball down the field in the air, and he wants to make big plays. That's the way he's always coached. And right now, he doesn't feel this offense is capable of doing that.
San Diego came into the game 2-0. The Rattlers 1-2. We grab us a timeout and continue our halftime in just a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Back into it, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the second half. Let's check in with Joe Pequeno and Coach Guy.
Coach, what was the message for your team at the half? Execute, okay? And we got to have some mental and physical toughness and start finishing drives.
I talked to the other side. They said Nate Davis, no comment on his status. Your thoughts of Rudy Johnson playing that one out for the other side for St.
I don't care who they put out there. We got to beat them.
Thank you, Coach.
Floyd, Dale.
Hey, that is classic. You have that kind of first half that the team had. Dale, you're going to get that response from a fiery coach. He wants his guys to just take care of business in front of them. He doesn't care what jersey number or who that player is on the other side.
No, he doesn't. And good coaches, what they're going to do is they're going to focus on themselves. And it does not matter who the quarterback is. Does Nate Davis bring different attributes to the game? Yeah, but you still got to figure out and find a way to stop this offense. And again, as I pointed out, I think before he even said it, the thing he's going to be most frustrated with is the offense not finishing those drives off. But as you go through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays in a drive, it gives your team more opportunities to make a mistake, and that's where that mental toughness comes into play.
This production of Arizona Rattlers football is presented by the Simmons Media Group. And Dale, I got to tell you, it's been a busy weekend for Simmons Media, covering the Tucson Sugar Skulls today as well. And last night, the Tucson Roadrunners Hockey Club. I want to tell you a little something about that here as we get this thing underway in the second half. This kick goes wide, trying to kick the deuce. It goes wide left. That'll come out. Good field position for the Rattlers, but there's a marker down right in the middle of the field. Nope, that's not a marker. That is somebody's personal towel. I didn't know you could have a yellow towel.
Well, I guess if yellow's in your color scheme, but I don't see a whole lot of yellow in the Strike Force color scheme.
Now you call that the stroke on the number. The border of the number is yellow, I think. Or some yellow in the number. But you're right, there's not a lot, but you get to have that.
Yeah.
You get to join the officiating crew with your own yellow flag. And the second half is underway. The Rattlers at midfield. And that was an unexpected delivery. It's almost like Jamal Miles didn't know that Amazon was showing up with a package, and it goes right by him, incomplete.
Well, and I like to watch Kevin Guy's reaction after those, because sometimes you can kind of tell who did what wrong. And it looked like Miles was running a route not expecting to see the football. That wasn't a full-speed route. I've seen Jamal Miles run full speed, and hence the ball sails over his head and brings up second down.
Jamal caught 4 passes for 27 yards in the first half to lead the team. Obviously, that's not going to add to the total. He'll go in motion. They'll fake it to him, and up the middle goes Lorenzo Brown. He tried to sidestep. The defender's coming straight downhill at him, and Lorenzo is going to have yardage to the 23-yard line, about to 23. So 3 yards shy of the first down. Third down and 3 straight ahead for the Rattlers offense as the second half gets going. 22-19. The advantage for the Strike Force as the second half gets underway.
Well, I know the message is you cannot have any wasted possessions, and you want this first drive to end up in the end zone.
Brown looks over the middle, pumps it, releases, and it's almost picked off twice at the goal line. The first guy that had a shot at it was Justice King. Hey, so last night, Dale, we had an opportunity to do a television broadcast for the Tucson Roadrunners hockey team, and it was my real first close-up look at hockey. I've been to hockey games before. You won't go to a lot of hockey games anytime soon in the Valley, apparently, but
wow.
I've been to some hockey games before. Fun, but I hadn't really been up close and personal. So I got on the ice. I got to be around the guys in the warm-up, see some things, and I'll give you my thoughts after this 4th and 3 play here coming right up. It's a big play. Got to get some yardage. The double move, and the ball is thrown right into the defensive back's hands in spite of a wide-open receiver who made a great second move, and the move was so good, I guess it fooled the quarterback as well. Elijah Ellie, the guy that has the interception for San Diego.
Well, and Kevin's really upset.
I mean, it was a great route on the edge out there. I don't know if that was Gibbons that ran that route. Whoever ran the route, was that Kobe Smith? Did a great job. Got open and walked into the end zone wide open, but the pass obviously is not there. So a turnover, a costly one early on to start the second half, and the Rattlers threaten to go down 2 scores right here. If San Diego can capitalize on the takeaway, and they'll give it up the middle. Chance Bell carries the ball. Chance in the first half of this one with 4 carries for 49 yards. He had all the rushing yardage for his team in that first half. Want to mention the Roadrunners one more time. That hockey team in Tucson, great team, great environment. And I finally got a chance to be up close and personal with these guys. They are big. They are physical and athletic. And Dale, if you want to go recruit a football player, you might want to think about going to one of these hockey teams, seeing what those guys can do, because they are tough as nails. Here's an incomplete pass.
Well, now, when you say you're on the ice, did you have ice skates on, or?
I did not.
Okay.
And frankly, I never have had ice skates on, so I'm not sure how that would be going at all. And that's, you know, they always talk about it, but you get now a new appreciation being down there with the guys watching them work out. How do they do the things they do on those razor blades? It's impossible to fathom, really.
Right.
They are tough, and that's a great organization. They clinched the playoffs 2 nights ago, and last night they clinched some home action in the playoffs. Here's a pass caught and a shoe lost, and that goes to about the 12-yard line on the pass completion, and a first down for San Diego. Good delivery. Rudy Johnson, who attempted 1 pass that was incomplete in the first half, gets his first completion of the game right there.
Well, and it looks like Nate Davis. No, I'm sorry. Rudy Johnson's back in the game.
(22-19). Johnson puts him in motion. They're going to run the ball up the middle after the fake, and Johnson did not get touched by the Rattler defense. He goes in for strike force touchdown.
I know that Kevin Guy and company have seen that one too many times, and I'm wondering if right now Kevin Guy is not thinking of making a quarterback change, try and at least do something here with this football team that has just really been struggling, just not playing with a whole lot of emotion. I know right there, defense, another big run, and you get sick and tired of seeing that when you're used to playing great defense.
All right, Teague will add the point after for the strike force. 29-19. You take another look at it. If you're a quarterback and you get to make that run untouched, it's a pretty good afternoon for you. Strike force on the board again. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
A fun time being had by all here at the Snake Pit, in spite of the Rattlers trailing by 10, and I say that because they're so active. Look, even if the Rattlers aren't playing well, they do so much interactive stuff, engagement with the audience here, that it's hard to not have a good time, even if the Rattlers are not playing their best football. And a 10-point deficit right now, albeit against an undefeated team, still not the Rattlers' best example of the football that they're capable of playing. They are playing with a young team. And they are playing without some key figures who have been injured. Here's the kick. And another deuce attempt goes left.
Do you think that was a deuce attempt?
Well, I don't know why you would give field position up near midfield. I don't understand.
Because it's starting to add up. They're all the way out to the 25-yard line now.
I mean, I'm going to say yes, I think it was a deuce attempt. Well, let's check in with Joe Pequeno. Joe?
Yeah, boy, as the Arizona Rattlers go back on offense, so we've got that veteran presence on the offensive line led by Lamar Nady. That veteran man, the gentleman who is a longtime member of this franchise. They call him OG, the old guy, the old veteran. And now they're going to need him and that rest of the offensive line to come through against this defensive line of San Diego, as Nady said, is one of the best in the IFL, led by the Crown Artists.
All right, Joe. Thank you for that. And that was a great delivery and a little more vertical in the passing game for the Rattlers.
Well, again, that's what makes it so frustrating, I believe, is you see that play run, and then the next play could be an incomplete pass to a wide-open receiver. Finish the drive, as Coach Guy was imploring at halftime.
First down and goal at the 9-yard line, handed off, and Brown is going to get taken down at the 6. So he got a little chunk of that straight up the middle.
Well, they are running after Jamal Miles. Anytime he crosses the formation in the backfield, I think they've got 3 white jerseys going after him. That middle is opened up quite a bit for Lorenzo Brown.
Critical drive, critical possession for Arizona. And that right side shuts down again. That's just a great spot for the defense. They're strong on that side of the formation, and they close down another attempt to go around that edge. And maybe a yard on the play, something like that. The ball will be at the 6-yard line, and it's 3rd down and goal now for Arizona's offense.
Yeah, it's 3rd down again. And can this be the drive that kind of takes the pressure valve off? Because right now everybody's feeling a little bit of pressure. Can they finish this drive off with a touchdown?
Brown puts him in motion. Gibbons. And a little crossing route, and the defender grabs the back of Gibbons, who was the inside receiver on the left side of the formation. He broke out, and the defender had one option, Dale. Grab his jersey and hold him up because he was going to be wide open. It was a great design, crossing routes there at the goal line, and
yeah,
ball would have been wide open.
Okay, it was a holding call. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think they're calling
interference.
They're calling interference for sure. And an injured player, that was the defender who made the play. Watch that in the middle. You can kind of see it right there. Well, the ball was behind. We've seen that a time or two today. And perhaps the issue here is he was just trying to grab the receiver to hold himself up, not go down. And the injured player is Justice King, 5'9", 180. And he'll assist him off the field, gingerly so. And we still have no word, haven't received any word on Nate Davis' status of the great San Diego quarterback.
Well, and that's one of the few mistakes that San Diego has made today. 3rd down and long, looked like it was an incomplete pass, force a 4th down decision by Kevin Guy, but the defensive penalty negates that.
First down play. The Rattlers line it up. The 3-yard line. Fake the toss, and Brown goes down. He'll lose some yardage on it. And straight up the middle. The linebacker gets there. That's Sherrod Williams. And he got some help as well. Another marker goes down, and Lorenzo Brown loses the bucket for a moment. Unsportsmanlike is the call on the defense. Half the distance, automatic first down.
Yeah, and the calls on number 17, he's been wreaking havoc on this offense. Sherrod Williams for the strike force, a little extracurricular activity after the play was over. Another first down for the Rattlers, even though that first down play was unsuccessful.
Miles racing left side, somehow found a seam, dives into the end zone for the apparent Rattlers touchdown. There's a marker down behind the play, and that's going to be holding on the offense. So this one coming right back out, and I guess that's maybe why that seam formed. I don't know, Dale. We'll have to see if we got an angle from behind or in front of the play to see how the hole opened up. But Jamal,
I think it's a
pierced
great
it
effort.
one way or the other.
I think it's a great effort by Miles.
Yeah, there's a little grab of the jersey.
And you definitely see the holding there. Probably does close up without the holding. And anytime you reach out and grab a jersey right where the ball's running, the official's going to call it.
Well, Glenn Gibbons, the guy that gets called for that, and you could see the body language. He knew, and he just was beside himself. He let it happen. Really had no choice other than you lose the yardage. Here's an incomplete pass attempt toward the pylon, the imaginary pylon. We don't have pylons in this game, Dale. It's one of the things missing from other conventional football.
Well,
I'm not saying it's necessary, it's just missing.
The one thing that I've noticed about this Rattlers team, especially offensively, is in years past, penalties didn't really affect them. They were always able to overcome penalties with a big play. And this offense struggles if they have a negative play called against them, making up that lost yardage. We're going to see if they can do it on this play again. Finish drives.
Second down and goal, and that pass is just a step behind Gibbons, the receiver, and in a spot where the defender is able to get a hand on it. Kashawn Walker was able to deflect it, knock it away.
And again, when you're watching greatness, as we've seen some quarterbacks here with the Arizona Rattlers and how good they've been, sometimes you take it for granted. You're right, a little low and behind, and that's a cardinal sin for a quarterback on an out route. You got to throw it outside where only your guy can catch it.
Difficulty in the red zone today for the Rattlers. Brown puts him in motion to his right. And to the back of the end zone. This one contested is a touchdown to Glenn Gibbons Jr. It was a fastball that finally snuck past the defender's hand in defense, and the Rattlers are able to get the touchdown and the points on the board.
Pretty good protection up front. Yeah, he just fires and pretty darn good coverage there by the strike force, number 21, King. But just better execution. That's coming in your living room hot. And I saw the body language of Gibbons going out the field. I think it was more relief than excitement.
We'll grab a break, everybody, on the successful point after, and we're back to a three-point game. San Diego 29, Arizona 26. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Watch it into your living room.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our valley-wide locations near you.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with the clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Hey, it's crazy around here. Time to get some momentum going if you're the Arizona Rattlers. They trail by 3, 29-26. Trailing the undefeated San Diego Strike Force. They checked in at 2-0 on the campaign. And Jermaine Dobbs standing by, getting ready to cover a kick. One of the prerequisites of being on this football team and the Arizona Rattlers, you pretty much every team in the league, you got to cover the kick. There is a nice move to the outside, into the boards at about the 20-yard line. That's where the return culminates. And we are back to the action. Floyd Simmons along with Dale Hellestray closing out the third quarter here in Glendale. And the ball at the 19-yard line. Well, Dale, as this offensive series gets set to take shape for San Diego, I saw an interesting jersey. You know, you come to a professional sporting event, you see lots of different jerseys.
Right.
You ready for this one? I saw somebody wearing a Savannah Bananas jersey. Tell me those guys aren't everybody's favorite baseball team out there.
They are certainly fun to watch and gaining national notoriety.
The Bananas, here's a give. Nope, fake it. Nice cutback and a good run to get to nearly the 20-yard line of Arizona. Rudy Johnson, the quarterback, kept it himself. I guess you could say. Great read. Took it up the middle for the yardage.
When you're trying to defense a play like that, your defensive end, you either got the running back or the quarterback. Defensive end, the quarterback. That means the linebacker is responsible for the quarterback. There wasn't a tackle made till the first down was picked up.
Dell gets the carry around the right side, and that running game for San Diego, the last how many times have we seen them run the football, Dale, and they just get no pushback. They get no contest from that defense in the first 5 or 10 yards.
Well, and you can see the play right here. Again, a little misdirection. Get guys going one way, you come back the other way, and I don't know. Looks like there's a couple players there not giving 100% effort when they're chasing down guys, but that's demoralizing to an indoor football league team when you can't stop the run, and really any football team.
1:42 on the clock. Toss it left side to Bell. The cutback, and he is going to lean out, stretch out, and try to get to the goal line. Then official will mark him down inside the 1 yard line. The 1 yard line. And Coach Guy yesterday talked about the concern of his defensive line. He's got to get better play out of them. He was lamenting that Connor Taylor hasn't played great football lately. And a lot of that, he says, is the fact that the defensive line isn't playing their best football.
And a linebacker success has a ton to do with the defensive line play.
Hand off to Bell. He'll stretch for it and reach it. That's a touchdown, Strike Force. Ball goes in. Strike Force go back up 2 scores as they get set to try the place kick here in a moment for the point after. I'm looking down. I think I'm seeing the back of Nate Davis in the bench area for San Diego.
What a great effort.
In street clothes, by the way.
Yeah. Great effort there, reaching the ball out. Always dangerous when you're in the middle of the field. That could have gotten knocked out before he crossed the goal line. Oh.
Try to throw it, and a little Garo Yepremian effort right there didn't materialize on the point after try. It's incomplete. So we stay right here with it, everybody. Take another look at the touchdown.
Well, let's take a look at that drive. The Rattlers score. Defense comes out. 3-point ball game. San Diego doesn't throw a pass. And they march down the field and score a touchdown. And it almost, to me, looked like a team period. Sure, yeah, defense is out there and all that. But that could just suck the energy out of your football team.
.4 seconds remain in the third quarter. The Rattlers in danger of the third loss of the season. There's a lot of time left, don't get me wrong. But the Rattlers are a team, a franchise used to playing from in front at this point. They're not often going to be the team down. If there's a 9-point deficit this late in the game, the Rattlers are usually that team on top by 9.
But didn't they start off 1-3 last year?
They did. They actually started off, I think, 3-4, something like that.
Okay.
And then 8 wins in a row. I mean, it could be done, and this is a team with the roster, a healthy roster that can do that again, put that run together.
Well, there's so many similarities. You lose your starting quarterback. Rattlers lost their starting quarterback to Powell last year. They lose Dalton Snead this year. Try and tread water until they come back.
I'll ask you how you evaluate the offensive line player in a moment, because there was also, due to injury, a change on the offensive line as this kick will go wide left. So you're thinking that, because that's 3 kickoffs in that exact spot from San Diego. Dale, are you saying that's by design, or is he trying to hit the deuce?
Well, that looked more like trying to hit a deuce, but if I'm the coaching staff of San Diego, I'm saying, you know what, he's not coming very close.
You'd like to see that one a little bit closer. Well, the Rattlers had an injury at a guard spot, and that forced them to move Cole Carter over as we wrap up the third quarter. Cole Carter moved to guard from his center position, and we have a new center out on the field today, and we'll tell you more about that. William Lay is that center. Of course, Lamar Mady, the stalwarts, is out there on that offensive line as well for the Rattlers. But the fourth quarter straight ahead, and a 35-26 advantage for the Strike Force. Stand by, more Arizona Rattlers football on the way.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
But to lace up, every day is game day. Off my third contract, you still on that same play. I spit it out, but I got family sitting chain links. Oh, you bout that action? Tell them boys you bout the same thing. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back, look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I take the stage, I'm stuck like Evil Knievel. I built to conquer heights. My mind's a daddy defeated. When once I get my first ring, I'm manifesting the sequel. Yo, this the IFL. Swear to man, become heroes in the end. Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that?
As a look for you at the Arizona Sidewinders, the reigning top dance team in the IFL right there, part of an organization that sets the standard, the Arizona Rattlers. 35-26 is our score, and the Arizona offense goes to work. Lorenzo Brown Jr., he'll throw toward the end zone and throw behind his receiver out of bounds, incomplete, and that's a great catch. Sign him up. That guy right there needs a tryout. Let's check in with Joe Pequeno.
So we are entering uncharted territory for the Arizona Rattlers. 5 previous matchups, they've knocked off San Diego all 5 times, and they're going to have to come from behind to pull this one out. Help update on San Diego quarterback Nate Davis. I had a chance to talk to him. He says he have some possible broken ribs.
So he took a hit of some kind that hurt him, and in case that audio was tough for you, as you watch a pass go into the end, in the hands of Glenn Gibbons Jr. for a touchdown from Lorenzo Brown. And did the defender get a hand on that? What a catch by Gibbons.
I think he did get a hand on the ball. What a gutsy throw here by Lorenzo Brown. Oh, 2 defenders collided.
One of those defenders certainly took the brunt of a hit right there. Coming right at you. Yeah, got a hand on it, didn't he?
Yeah. Great concentration. You know the dasher board's coming after you too, and most important thing is the football able to come down with.
The last 6 or 8 feet of that flight path of the football was not a spiral, which we like when we're running routes, right, Dale? Dale, your offensive line days well chronicled, but your tight end days preceded that. So you ran some routes and must have had a chance to catch the oblong object, in not the tightest of spirals at times.
Every once in a while makes it a lot more difficult when the ball's being tipped, especially right in front of you. And again, I never had to worry about a dasher board.
Yeah, that didn't come into play until other people were playing football at some other juncture down the road. How about the new rules, if I could just ask you real quick, because San Diego's dealing with the injured player. Let's hope that young man is okay. I believe that's Elijah Elliott that's being assisted off the field, and he's going to take the long 50-yard walk to his team's bench, so that'll be a moment. Hope he's all right. There you go. Get some real help in there to get him off the him off the field. That's what happens when your offense isn't really firing on all cylinders. He missed one of the highlights of the game on the touchdown pass to Givens just a moment ago. But Dale, how about the new kickoff rules in the NFL? We just talked about new kickoff rules. Are those rules, was that April Fool's joke when that came out, or is it real? What they're doing, you've got to announce your onside kicks to the official and the other team?
I believe it's real. And again, the one thing I will always applaud the NFL for, they're going to put a facade out there that they're looking out for player safety, number one. But number two, they're not afraid to try something. And if it's ridiculous, they're not afraid to change it back.
They'll walk that thing back. Here comes the point. And it was pulled a little left. And if it did go left, there's markers down, so we're not getting the indication yet. They're going to deal with whatever the penalty is. The official will indicate that the kick is good, so that must have been on the defense. So the kick went up and it was good. And that was that's a great kick. Just snuck in the left upright. We'll take a timeout here with 13:39 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Our score 35-33. Got a good one going on in the fourth period. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Back into it, everybody, in the fourth quarter of this one. It's going to be testy between the previously unbeaten San Diego Strike Force and the Arizona Rattlers, who are 1-4 right now. And the Rattlers' offense has been hampered a little bit. Rattlers have been. I guess we threw it down on the field.
Excited to make some plays, but we got a long way to go. We got to finish this thing out. I just got to give it to the big boys up front. My quarterback, everybody's doing their job, so they're able to get me open. So thank God on that one.
Talk about trying to grind this one through and pull out a victory with it.
We're just going to keep going. We've had a lot of adversity in this game, but we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, and that's all I'm going to say. We're going to finish it.
We're going to go ahead and dip out of that audio right there. That we're having an issue with that microphone audio. Pardon us on that, Joe. And back to the action at hand. 13:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. 35-33. The Arizona Rattlers trailing San Diego.
That body was contorted so massively and just pop up. That looked like that's Isaiah Cox. Gets hit by two different Rattlers and just bounces back up.
San Diego trying to run the football, and that's going nowhere. Big play to get this fourth quarter going. Connor Taylor delivering defensively. A big play for the Rattlers.
Tremendous job by the entire defense. Now, again, what happens here, there's really nothing holding the backside, to be honest. So everybody's running front side. Taylor being able to run underneath the blocks of the offensive line, and it makes it very sure physical tackle.
Yard lost on the previous play. 2nd down and 11. Pump fake, throw deep, wide open, pass is caught on a great dive to the 5-yard line. He went into the end zone untouched. He was able to get up and go in. That is a touchdown for the Strike Force. Arthur Jackson with a tremendous catch for the Strike Force.
Looked like for a second is going to be overthrown. Does a tremendous job going and catches this. Look at Jackson laying out. Looked like he beat Huff, the rookie, as you pointed out earlier in the game, number 22. But a great executed throw and catch.
High snap, and that's going to turn into no points for the Strike Force. We got to take a timeout. 41-33. San Diego again, a 2-score advantage. You look at it again. What a catch by Jackson. Able to get up on his feet, untouched to get the points as well. And there's your 2-score lead for San Diego. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Thinking of Modelo, a sponsoring partner of the Arizona Rattlers. Welcome back into the Snake Pit. We got 11:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. San Diego an 8-point advantage over the Rattlers, who are going to get the ball back here now. Artigue will step into it. This is going to be right at the back of the end zone. Glenn Gibbons Jr. able to take it out, weave his way around that sideline down to about the 15, 16-yard line, maybe the 17. That's where he goes down. Well, Dale, he's at the back wall, and he chose to return that thing.
What a second half that Glenn Gibbons is having for the Arizona Rattler team. Couple touchdown catches. That was one of those, I guess. Do you let it hit? Do you not let it hit? And be decisive. I don't think you can be wrong if you're decisive. It's if you're not decisive. He caught the ball, got it out there to the 17-yard line, and here we go again.
Striker making friends here at the Snake Pit. Lorenzo Brown. And that one is batted at the line of scrimmage. One arm on the offensive lineman, the other arm extended. Armonte Carey able to knock it down.
6'5", right in the middle of the defensive line. Takes away some of that short inside passing game because he can get those hands up and knock a bunch of passes down. Big physical presence in the middle.
Kevin Guy having a conversation over there on the sideline dashboard with some of those front row Rattlers fans. Maybe offering some helpful suggestions, what might ignite the offense. Here's the pass caught on the sideline left side. You've seen a lot of those. Short range completions, and that is caught by the backup quarterback out there running a play as a receiver. Garrett Kettle hauling in that pass. He's the second team quarterback today.
He said, Coach, put me in. I want to help.
Let me do something, right? He's going to split out left again. Brown looks the opposite direction, and he'll complete the pass on the sideline. And the guy that... See who hauled that in. I believe Kobe Smith was the guy on the receiving end for the Rattlers for the first down.
Again, nice job. Good time up front by that offensive line. Able to survey the entire field. Started left, worked itself all the way back to the right, found the open receiver.
Plenty of time remaining for the Rattlers to maneuver their way into the lead in this thing, but they're going to have to get some defense going after this catch is made by Kettle, and he'll turn it up and into the end zone for a Rattlers touchdown. Garrett Kettle, an unlikely touchdown receiver on that play. Coach, let me take a shot.
That was a great throw, a great catch. Watch this. Out in front, the defender was right there. Boy, it looks like Kettle's a tremendous athlete. Watch him come across. Runs the route right there on number 1, Byron Cooper.
So the Rattlers get a big touchdown right there. Good routes. Nothing overly special about it, but effective for Kettle. And a huge hit on the receiver, Jamal Miles. He was laid out. Boy, Lorenzo, he's going to go over there and he's going to be apologizing a little bit to Jamal for hanging him up like that, but that's incomplete. Jamal's asking for a little maybe unnecessary roughness. Take another look at the touchdown.
Tremendous job throwing the football. And as a quarterback, you can't throw that extra point pass, leave your receiver out there like that.
But Garrett Kettle gets a chance to celebrate right there. Well, let's see. Lorenzo Brown, early in his career, a receiver, and he won multiple championships as a receiver, and he converted over to play quarterback, won 3 championships as quarterback. I believe when Sioux Falls won their 6 championships in a row, I think 3 of those featured Lorenzo Brown at quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. So he converted receiver to quarterback. Must have had some quarterback in his background before that.
You would think.
And now we get Garrett Kettle, quarterback, converting to receiver to haul in that touchdown pass a moment ago. You got to be creative sometimes in a game that features a limited roster. You don't have 3 and 4 deep at any one of these positions.
No, you look out there in warm-ups, and both teams had 3 offensive linemen. Well, somebody goes down, that means a defensive lineman has to play offensive line. But talk about Garrett Kettle, 6'4", 210 pounds, and what an athlete. Tremendous job, tremendous hands, no fear. Kind of lit a fire under this team.
But will we see him covering this kick? That's my question. I mean, I'm giving him a lot of props.
Right.
Quarterbacks anyway, Dale, tell me if this isn't true. Quarterbacks got to be the toughest guy on the field. You're taking blind shots all the time. Boy, you didn't like my statement. I'm looking at that look on your face.
Wow, the next thing you're going to say is the second toughest player is the kicker.
Well,
jeez.
Hey, I placed kicks for a season or 2 in high school. I was tough, man.
Toughest player being a quarterback.
Hey, quarterbacks are taking those blindside hits all the time, peeling themselves up off the turf. If something goes wrong, you see those offensive linemen feeling sorry for everybody. Hey, there's an onside kick, and it's recovered by San Diego at the 10-yard line. All right, Dale, I won't say that again.
That kind of hurt a little bit.
Last time you'll hear me make that statement.
Now, you don't have to tell me offensive linemen are the toughest.
Okay, as an offensive lineman, how would you rate defensive linemen in the toughness category?
Well, I put them right up there they're with the toughest guys on the football team. Always, the defensive linemen are not quite smart enough to play offensive line, so they play defensive line.
And they're not quite smart enough to get what you just said. That's not going to register until later on tonight. And there's going to be one of those moments of, wait a minute, what did that guy say?
Defensive lineman, you get a sack a game and you're in the Hall of Fame.
It's not a bad result. 8 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. 3 points separating these teams. San Diego in front, and a defensive play to stymie that one. It's going nowhere. Chance Bell goes down at, his own 24-yard line.
And you talked about him a little bit earlier, Connor Taylor. Kind of been absent a little bit the last couple of weeks, and here in the third and fourth quarter, number 10's shown up. He's made some big plays in the run game, and a little bit more of that physicality and playmaking ability that we saw a lot last year is coming out.
He gets a 2-point downhill position, pursues the wrong way. The quarterback keeps it himself, and Johnson is going to get a huge gain. And I was kind of ISOing the linebacker on that. Taylor sprinted to the right edge, and the quarterback brought it back to the spot he vacated on that play.
You have a illegal block, but that time there was that misdirection again. You had guys going each way, not sure who's got the ball. Bunch of black jerseys on the other side of the football.
Good effort by Johnson. And let's see. Hold on a second. It appeared that they were marking off a penalty. The ball actually now goes to the 3-yard line. Can you explain to me what just transpired?
I thought they called an illegal chop block.
I did too, and they had the ball moving back toward the 20-yard line. That's not the result, though. The result is a first and goal for the Strike Force with 7:05 remaining in regulation, and the ball is just inside the 3-yard line. Bell has it left side. Bell's got the blocking. He was able to bounce off those guys up front, take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Well done out on that left side, led by Atuatasi, who led the way with the block.
That offensive line we talked about. We talked about the size, Jalen Booth. You've got Jonathan Williams. You got, say his name again, Alvatusi. I'm sorry, I apologize to I'm just going to call him EA Jr. He's got to have a nickname with the football team, but what a nice job being patient. Chance Bell, number 22, just kind of hanging, letting his lineman lean on you, and then boom.
That's a big kick right there, and it goes through. Our difference is 9 now. It's 48-39. San Diego leads Arizona. Let's have a look at the IFL standings coming into the action today. And we take a look at the Western Conference. We're at the start of the day. The Vegas Knights held a half-game lead over both Bay Area and San Diego. Vegas with a 3-0 start to their season. Congratulations, one of those wins is a victory over the Rattlers. Last second victory for Vegas in that one. Bay Area 2-0 are in second place, tied with San Diego at 2-0. And then in fourth place, start the day, Northern Arizona, the Wranglers at 2-1. Then you had the Tucson Sugar Skulls even up at 1-1, playing today. Arizona Rattlers today 1-2. The Gladiators and the Gunslingers, each of them still looking for their first victories of the season. They both started the day at 0-3 in the cellar in the Western Conference so far. On the other side, what a start for Massachusetts. The Pirates are 4-0 to start this day. 4-0. Frisco is 3-0. A half game behind. 3-0 on the Eastern Conference. High kick is away, goes into the crowd, and the Rattlers are going to have a short field with 6:08 on the clock and 2 scores to make up.
What the other thing about, the standings and the records and all that, the other anomaly to this Rattlers start of the season is their first 3 games were all openers for the other team. You don't see that happen very often. So, they have film on the Rattlers. Rattlers don't have film on them. Plus, the Rattlers obviously lose their starting quarterback in the first half of the first game. But now everybody's played, and we'll move on from there.
Lorenzo Brown remains the quarterback, and the backup quarterback, Garrett Kettle, remains a receiver, but it's caught on the edge. That's Miles who brings it in. Miles takes it inside the 20-yard line. It's short of the first down, but it is a gain, and that will be marked at the 17-yard line.
Well, and something's happened with this offense. It seems like it's much more in sync here in the second half than I've seen in the last couple weeks.
Miles Gibbons go in motion, looking for one of those receivers, Gibbons, and it's behind him. It's batted. And there was a defender short of the play. Sherrod Williams, I think, reached up and got a hand on the ball to knock it away.
They have Williams listed at 6'1", 228 pounds. He looks a lot bigger than that. Watch him. He's going to get in the throwing lane. This time he doesn't rush. Dropped into zone coverage, able to get a hand on the ball.
We haven't called Jaquan Artis' name a whole lot. He is playing right now at the left defensive end position. But he was a great pickup for San Diego when he came over. And here is a pass caught inside the 10-yard line. Another one of the run a hook.
Well, when you say you're not mentioning Artis' name, you also got to, in that same sentence, then give Cole Carter a lot of credit, because he's the one that's been blocking him for most of the game. And Cole Carter, as we mentioned in the first half, first team All-IFL last year at center. And now he's playing guard and doing a whale of a job as this season unfolds.
Empty backfield. Brown puts him in motion. Kettle fakes. They fake it to Kettle, and he'll throw toward the back of the end zone. There's some contact. No flag comes out. Gibbons was covered, and Kashawn Walker was the defender there, and that one was not really much catchable by anybody.
Great coverage, pressure. San Diego playing games with Arizona right now. Sometimes bringing Williams, sometimes dropping him in coverage. And if they bring him, ball's got to come out because it's a mismatch, even if you have a running back or Jamal Miles trying to block him.
Well, Lorenzo Brown has been responsible for 178 yards through the air today. This is not going to be a completed pass. Won't add to that total. It's Miles, the intended receiver. And this kind of always feels like, or several of these passes anyway, have been just a half a step behind. If it just leads a little bit more, then you've got an opportunity.
Gives your receiver a chance. Kashawn Walker, 6'2", 190 pounds, reaching out there, knocking the ball down.
Time is of the essence. 2:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rattlers got to get a touchdown here and get a stop. And that's going to be tipped into the defender's hands for the interception. Can Kettle stop him? No, that's going to go to the house. That one taking the distance. Tipped into the hands of Justice King, and he was on the goal line or near the goal line when it tipped right to him, and he weaved his way down the field to give what could very well be the difference maker in this one as the clock is rolling down toward the 1 minute mark. We're at about 1:42 right now.
You just can't throw the ball that hard to a receiver that close. Ball bounces off his right hand. Tremendous run back. They've got a bunch of Rattlers chasing him down and trying to make the tackle, and somehow finds himself in the other end zone.
That's exactly how you take one back in your dreams if you're a defensive back. Timeout. Offense takes one.
Again, watch the zip with which this ball is thrown.
I mean, tight confines, right? You're close. It gets there in a hurry, and it's not in a position where you can get both hands on it. Effort was made by the receiver. Give him that effort, credit for that effort. Very short time spent in the timeout. And it's blasted through by Artigue for a now 55-39 advantage. Time remains, but you got to get the stars aligning. You got to get another eclipse, or something like that right now to come back from down by 16.
Well, and this is where you think the previous Rattler teams that we observed with big playability, the game was never over. And interested to see how Coach Kevin Guy handles the last minute after the kickoff. Will be inside the 1 minute warning.
A minute and 5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. If the Rattlers can pull off the, not impossible, but very close to that here in the final minute 9, they will even up their record at 2-2. But it's not looking good for the Rattlers at the moment. For San Diego, good start to their season so far, and they are going to try to protect that, get a 3-0 beginning to this year. Not bad. They're also going to have to deal with their injured quarterback, and sore ribs right now for Nate Davis, as this one is wide of the goal. Well, they've been doing that all day, yielding the good field position on these, what I think are attempted deuces, Dale. And it hasn't really cost them, as you can see with the difference on the scoreboard. They just keep punching it out there, and the Rattlers keep getting that good field position.
Well, I think that's just having complete confidence in your defense. You know, the defensive coordinator, Jason Simpson, doing a really nice job in this Rattlers offense.
Timeout is taken at the 1 minute mark. The 1 minute warning. Everybody stand by. We'll be back with the remainder of this one, the final 60 seconds, and a deficit to overcome for the Rattlers. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our valley-wide locations near you.
Remaining minutes of this one here this afternoon in Glendale, the new home of the Arizona Rattlers, the new Snake Pit, Desert Diamond Arena. Beautiful place. And you know, a good measure, this Rattlers crowd, very loyal, very faithful, have stayed for the closing moments of this game as you watch Lorenzo Brown Jr. get driven right into the dasher pad, so much so that the dasher pad actually yielded a bit. They always say that the dasher boards are undefeated. The wall is undefeated, Dale, but I think that wall just lost one right there.
I don't know about the wall. The padding lost one.
Okay, gotcha.
But the wall's still standing there, Floyd.
So it's like when a player gets their helmet knocked off, they're still in the game.
Yes, they are.
Okay. An aggressive hit on the sideline. The Rattlers trying to push to the end zone. Here is a pass with two men covering the receiver. And the catch is made at about the 8-yard line. Glenn Gibbons makes the catch, stops the clock with 48.7 seconds remaining. They'll stop to move the chains. They just need the down marker because it's first and goal for the Rattlers. And they wind the clock. Miles, Gibbons on the right side in motion, looking for Gibbons. And he takes it inside the 5-yard line with the reception. Well, they gave him some pretty good forward progress on that. Timeout is taken by Kevin Guy. And the ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line.
Well, and you mentioned the chain gang. I believe they deserve some kudos each and every game here. This isn't outdoor football where you get to just stand there with your down marker or your first down marker. You're running every single play in the indoor football league. So you can't just stand there. You're running down, moving it, then running out of the way. Tremendous job.
So you got to be in shape.
Yes, you better be in shape.
You've got to have some agility and dexterity because you might have to go over the wall at some point. And if you can't make it over the wall, you got to have some toughness.
Yeah. You got to have the whole package.
You got to be a guy who could go grab a uniform and a helmet and get on the field and play for this team once in a while. Here we go, back to the action. Clock starts with the snap of the ball, and a flag is down. Might have been draped on Glenn Gibbons a little bit too much, the defender right there. And not sure he agreed with the call. Justice King, the defender. And that should move the ball half the distance for the Arizona offense. Automatic first down.
Well, the one thing the Force defensive backs aren't afraid to do is play physical. Make the officials make a decision. It's done them well tonight.
Great look, guys, on that replay of the incomplete pass that produced the penalty. Give it to Jamal Miles, and he'll sneak around that right side in the end zone. Much needed. Arizona Rattlers touchdown. Don't go away yet, everybody. We still got some time here. You got a thing called the deuce, and I don't know that they can't kick the deuce here if they decide the onside is not. It's not time for the onside yet. What do you do, Dale? What are you going to do in this moment? Well, I guess the point after might have something to say about that.
Exactly. Right now, 10-point ball game. Looks like they're going to go for two.
Go for two.
It'll be an 8-point ball game.
I guess you're going to have to do the onside kick. I mean, I don't know how the deuce helps you. You've got, 2 timeouts remaining, but you can also take a knee if you're the offense. So, to the action. And the quarterback steps up, and Brown is stopped short. He's maybe inside the 1-yard line, but that's going to force Coach Guy to call second timeout.
No, they're going to kick off now. So
Wait.
They already scored the touchdown.
The 2-point try. Thank you for catching me up here. I'm running scenarios here.
Right.
And I forget that Jamal Miles carried it across for the touchdown you see right there. The 2-point try comes up just a little bit short.
There's Miles with the touchdown, and the 2-point converted came up short. And you're right, you can't go for a deuce here because the rule was changed, I believe, last year in the Indoor Football League. It used to be you had to gain positive yardage for the clock to keep running.
Yeah, we can't. We got to remember not to live in that old world where you have that opportunity defensively in the final seconds. So the offense can kill the clock like in the outdoor game with the knee, and you don't have enough timeouts, Randy. You got 2 timeouts to stop the clock on 2 plays, and then it's all over for you at that point. So Arizona will attempt the onside here coming up, and they have a couple of times today and not recovered them.
They almost had a chance on the first one. Ball was loose. That's the crazy thing about the onside kick and the shape of the football. It can bounce anywhere.
Well, is San Diego expecting an onside kick? They have 2 receivers deep. One is mid-range, so maybe protecting against a pop-up over the front line guys, but
how could you not?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to run through my head what you're supposed to do here. You kick away is what you do. Try to get the deuce. And that one is going to be just a little short and just a little bit left, and it's not deuce-worthy. And we've got 34 seconds remaining.
You run a play. I guess with the 25-second clock, boy.
Well, you can get to 3rd down. Can you get to 4th down in the time that remains?
Well, in my mind, you have 2 running plays. They're most likely going to take about 5 seconds each.
10-point difference. Or maybe with the 10-point difference. Is that a concessionary kickoff? I don't know. And you take a knee down, and
I guess it is.
Coach conceded. He's not calling that timeout. He's going to come over and shake hands with Taylor Canuser, the victorious head coach for San Diego. That's what you do.
Boy, we did a lot of thinking.
We did. We outthunk ourselves, didn't we? We outthunk ourselves. Coach ran through the scenarios, and he knows them better than we do.
Yes.
And he came up with, well, it's the impossibility of this is maybe a little bit too great. And that's what that ended up being. And Coach Guy is down on the field with our Joe Pequeno.
Coach, team falls to 1-3. Your thoughts on today's performance?
We're not very good right now. We lost another 3 players during the game. We're moving guys all around, and they don't have an answer for you right now. But we got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to find guys that can stay healthy. We got to get guys back in the lineup.
I know health is a priority for this team. Along the way, maybe some soul searching amongst the players that get out there and have to perform better.
Yeah, there's going to be some soul searching.
So next week, Coach, you're back on the road. You got Iowa followed by Jacksonville, and then you get the bye, and then at that point you get Dalton Steve back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we got to get with the trainers, doctors. We got a lot of guys out right now. Can't make a lot of excuses. Everybody deals with injuries. Never seen it this many at one time, but can't be a very tough football team when you don't have guys that are that.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, Joe, thanks. Well, there's not much you can say. We're going to take a look at the final stats here in just a moment before we wrap it up and say goodbye, everybody. But the Rattlers, their struggles continue. Injuries have been a big issue. And the question is, how soon can they get Dalton Snead back? It's a good question by Joe. But that's not the question of the moment for Coach Guy, because you don't worry about that. You worry about the guys that are on the field and what they're doing. And clearly today, Dale, execution was an issue.
Well, you look at Chance Bell, 11 carries, 120 rushing yards. The quarterback, Rudy Johnson, had 44 rushing yards. I can't remember the last time that I saw an Arizona Rattler football team give up 162 yards rushing on 16 carries. I don't care what math you use, that's over 10 yards per carry. And if I would have one takeaway about all this, as I watched the early season, the first thing that its ugly head rose was the kickoff returns for touchdowns. Well, they got that shored up a little bit. But this running game, there's not been a solution yet. And people are going to continue to run the football at them. And I know that just eats at Kevin Guy's craw, a guy who's known for physicality, to see his team being run on basically at will.
Definitely not the outcome that Rattler Nation had in mind, but we want to thank you for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you being alongside us on this one tonight. New Snake Pit from Desert Diamond Arena. A lot of fun. And we'll do it again here real soon, everybody. If you're wondering what's in store, what's on the docket, Arizona Rattlers are going to be in action back home again in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, so get a chance to see your Rattlers. After this one is lost tonight, they will be at the Iowa Barnstormers next Saturday. And then 2 weeks, another Sunday afternoon game against the Jacksonville Sharks, new in the IFL this year. For Dale Hellestray, for our producer, technical director Derek Simmons, our director Bob Hammond, and their great staff, this is Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for joining us, everybody. Reminding you again of today's final score. San Diego 55, Arizona 45. We'll see you next time with our next broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football.